And welcome to segment 11. Can you believe it? We have come almost to the end of our 12-part series, Focus on You, knowing, understanding, and caring for self. This day, we are focusing on shifting paradigms. Why is it necessary to shift paradigms? Well, first and foremost, we perhaps need to look at what a paradigm is. And of course, there are several definitions. You have the definition where a paradigm is simply a model or a pattern of thought or a prototype of some sort. It is equivalent to an individual having a particular taste or preference or even a benchmark. It is an example that an individual uses as a template for doing a project or even leading their life. And of course, a paradigm is often seen as a collection of theories about something. And so we have come to a paradigm shift in this 12-part series on the premise that you, having followed the preceding 10 segments, would have walked away with some new ideas, some new concepts about the way that you have been living, and as a result, you've decided it's time for me to make a change. Who knows where that change might be? It's only you, because as we went over a number of areas in the last 10 weeks, we've been focusing on the mind, body, spirit connection and how it impacts our existence, our quality of life, our health, our thought processes. All of these come together to make us complete. In your assessment, how complete would you say that you are as it relates to where you would like to be? Now, oftentimes, we as human beings are inclined to use others as a yardstick. That other might be a parent, it might be a teacher, a community leader, a politician, or it could be a parent, a friend, or even your child. Because believe it or not, even a child is known by his or her doings. And oftentimes, we draw attention because of the unique way in which we think, in which we navigate, in which we act. We leave an impression that would cause others to want to emulate us. So, have you had such an impact on someone? Or has someone had such an impact on you? How about the last 10 weeks? Is there anything that you are walking away with or that you are contemplating that has struck a chord that keeps nagging at the back of your thoughts? Well, if something has had such an impression on you, perhaps it's time for a paradigm shift. Are paradigm shifts necessary? Are they profitable? Are they beneficial? They can be, but only you will know that, because after you would have processed the information, there are some critical steps that you might want to take. You might want to ask yourself the question, how can my life benefit from making this shift? Is it necessary? How am I feeling? Often, a paradigm shift is more easily taken. Sometimes it's unconsciously taken because the impact has been so forceful. The benefits have been so appealing, and the explanation seems so doable. These are the things that would drive us to take a leap. Some people say a quantum leap, or simply just shift gears into doing something different. Now, what are some of the things that might cause us to take a paradigm shift? If you remember, in a previous segment or several segments, we looked at thoughts and the impact of our thoughts, how they translate into things. They translate into habits. They translate into change in beliefs. And they translate into new thoughts of investigating further, taking the necessary steps to learn more, and then to change based on what we would have learned. And so, I am encouraging each of you, as we go into the weeks that are coming, the days ahead, the months ahead, the shift that we choose to take, we want them to be able to guide us along a different path, thus a different in the viewpoints and the actions that we will adopt. So, let me ask you a very simple but profound question. If you had an opportunity right here, right now, to wave a magic wand and change something in your life, what would that be? Bearing in mind that it's only one thing that you can change. Think about it, because those are the questions that we ask ourselves when we are thinking about shifting paradigms. What is it? If there was one thing that I could change in my life for the better, what would that one thing be? And then the next question you would want to ask yourself is, what would change in my life as a result of making that choice? Would it be something grand, or just a simple little change that would make me feel happier about waking up each morning, about going on the job, about dialoguing with a particular person, about the way I feel about myself? What is that one thing? And then, What else in my life would change if I had this one thing, if I made this one change? How much improved my life would be? And then, who else in my life would benefit? And what else in my life would change or improve as a result of having this one thing? And then your final question would be, if I got this one thing, where would I move? How would I move? Who else will be moving with me? Would it be the one thing that I have always wanted? And how happy or how fulfilled my life would be? Would there be improvements in my health, in my finances, in my relationships? Or would I just simply be able to sleep better at nights? Yes, when you think about shifting paradigms, you want to know that the change and that one change, that only choice that you have as a result of having that magic wand, that one thing, I am gonna make that one thing count. And sometimes that one thing affects everything else. Would that not be magical? Would that not be grand? Would that not be the best thing that ever happened to you? I don't want you to make these last 10 weeks of no avail, of no benefit to you. You have learned that your mind, your body, and your spirit must work in tandem. They must connect because they are interdependent. So, it is important that you create balance. And so perhaps the one thing that you would use that magic wand for is to establish balance in your life. And how do you establish balance? That's the question of a lifetime. It's a simple question with a simple answer. It begins by stepping back, thinking through what it is that you now do. How can you do it differently? What are the potential outcome or differences you will experience as a result of the shift? And once you are able to begin to see the benefits, it may be one, it might be two, it may be numerous benefits, but at the end of the day, you will experience improvements. Sometimes it might just be to simply slow down and listen to your intuition. There are so many options. And so I want to invite you to come back for the final segment of this 12-part series and learn how to pull everything together and get the help that you need. Because in waving the magic wand, in making that one choice, you want to make sure it is the right choice. So, join me again for segment 12, the final of the 12-part series, and learn how you can get the help that you need. I am Audrey Mellayne, your Mould Breaker Doc, and you are listening to Mould Breaker Empowerment Forum, a production of the Mould Breaker Empowerment and Education International Network. I say to you, it is possible for you to break the mold that have you feeling stuck, that have you feeling helpless. And you can forge ahead. You can shift your paradigm, and you can be the best version of yourself. Join me, and you will not regret the benefits that you stand to gain. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you again for segment 12. And if by chance you have not been privy to the previous 10 segments, go to my Facebook page, Mould Breaker Empowerment and Education International Network, and access those segments, because therein you will find so many interesting bits of information that will help you to live your best life now. Until then, take care and stay safe.